Hey guys, it's 52, 5-2, 52, Leo James Telecaster. It was either the end of May or the beginning of June when I first saw these become available on the US Amazon.com. They weren't available up here in Canada. And there was some different colors, but for some reason the silver sparkle spoke to me. It said, "Buy me. Please buy me, Mike." And at some point, either just before I left on my trip, which was somewhere at the beginning of June, 1, 2, 3, something like that, I either ordered it before I left and sent it to my Michigan drop point, or I ordered it somewhere along the travels across the United States and sent it to my drop point. And so I had the plan on the way back up from Texas through Nashville and a bunch of places, um, Ohio and all those. I went to the Military Aircraft Museum in Ohio. I can't remember the name of it. It might come to me. Anywho, I had planned to go to Michigan to visit my buddy over there, John. And so I passed by my drop point, picked this up on my way north towards where he lives before coming home. So I came home with the Classic Vibe Starcaster, a gift from Leo, and this one, a gift from me. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I opened it on the other side of the border just to make sure that it was intact. I looked at it and I'm going, just kind of like through the plastic bag, going, whoa, that's a nice looking guitar. Now, if you've watched, you know I have the Midnight Black Musi guitar, and it's a sparkle kind of like this with all the different colors in it, and it doesn't really show well on the camera, but there are all kinds of colors. There's purple and silver and gold and stuff in between, all in the sparkle, but it's not really coming out that well. It's mostly showing the grayish part, the foundation. But anyway, trust me, it's there. Now, I didn't really do a lot of work to this guitar. I cannot remember that I changed the nut. I think it came with a bone nut, because I feel it's sharp on the edge, and if I had to put it in, I probably would have softened that up. I could still do it. I don't know why I didn't. Anyway, I did put the, a standard American style string trees on it, fret job, kept the pickups, but I rewired, the cavity completely with a four-way wafer switch. I kept 500K pots in here for the tone and the volumes. They're both B500Ks. There is a treble bleed circuit. And I think that was because I found the neck probably not to my liking as much as the Artec TFA 65 that I like with the fat poles, open cover. But it has a sweet spot when it's in the position 2 and position 3 for parallel and series, then neck alone and bridge alone in position 1. The bridge is very bright and chimey, and it only takes a millimeter movement on the tone pot, volume pot, to take that off. And if you need to do a little more, well, there's a 22 cap in here that you can roll into your, desired hearing. And right now they're all up. And what can I say? The neck is gorgeous on this thing. It is all glossy. I don't really have a problem with it sticking or anything. I did not do anything to you know, take the shine off. I'm putting a Meguiar's detailer wax on these things, and they slip just beautifully. So they keep the gloss, also on the body. It's like glass. It's so good. I love the see-through pick guard. That's something that I would have wanted to do if there wasn't that big channel that usually cut in a lot of them, that where they don't go, you know, underneath. They actually route a channel here for the wires to go through there. But I mean, this is the way to build a beautiful Telecaster. This is reminiscent of something I think Brad Paisley. I've seen him play a Telecaster that looks a little bit like this. I think that's what stuck in my head, is that you know, that Brad Paisley guy is one of my favorite country guitar pickers, and when I see him play stuff, it just makes me wish I could play like that. But it'll probably never happen. Arthritis is, you know, setting in too much. Sometimes I can't even hold the pick. I drop it. I take a few ibuprofens and I can hold on to it. Anywho, it feels good, and I kept those pickups because they're both Alnico 5s, and you can dial them in to where you like them. So I've adjusted my heights to what I like in my ears that I can get from it. They're low outputs. I can't remember what they are. Let me see if I can tell you, because I think I have the picture up. Yes, the neck is a 5.44K and the bridge is a 6.5K. So they're very low output. Now a lot of people like that, right? Because when you've got low outputs, if you add some gain boosters, a low output will come out sounding pretty good. But when you have a high output that's a little bit muddy or boomy or bassy on the bass end, you can't take that out, right? Not with the normal things. You have to go in there and put a filter in line, which not only takes out the bottom end, but it also takes off a little bit of the treble capabilities of your pickup. So it's a trade-off when you do stuff like that. So you've seen some of my stuff I've done with filters, and I get them to where I want to hear them. Okay, so we are going to plug her in, and we'll turn on the amp. So you know, my standard 65 Deluxe is my standard 65 Deluxe. The way I use it, there's no gain, no extra pedals, no boost, no software inside that's like an overdrive or anything. It's just the basic 65 Deluxe with you know, the volume at full, 2.5 over there on the output of the amp. Physically, out of the 100, 5 on the gain, middle at 4, treble at 4, bass at 1, and reverb at 4. And my delay is 3.2. That's the basic setup that I like on my the neck straight up. Okay, in series. So that adds together the 5 and the 6. So we're getting, you know, close to 12 from 2 low outputs. That's pretty neat, eh? Parallel cuts all that in half. Now you're in the 3.2 maybe 4 range compared to 12. Compared to 6.5. Okay, so what I'm going to do is play a riff starting with the neck. All the way up, and this riff you've heard me play that before. So we're going to do it here in C, in minor pentatonic, natural minor, but we'll go through all my pedals, right? The compressor, my cool music, set as I normally like to have it. Now they tell me that doesn't sound great. US Dream, normal settings. Joyo. Vintage Overdrive. The Tube Screamer in the 808 position. I lost myself there. When you go to 909, that switch really does nothing. Now my Movol absolute zero fuzz it's kind of my favorite between that one and the Dolamo, because I can get more adjustment out of it, let's say. Now it has an input volume that limits what's coming from the guitar going in, and that's set at noon. If I bring it all the way up, I usually like it around noon or 3 o'clock, somewhere in that range. And the output is like 10 o'clock, and the tone is full off. And this is in the silicone fuzz position. It has germanium as well, and it's just basically slightly different. The germanium sounds just a little bit less bassy, takes off some of the frequencies. and sometimes it works for you, and sometimes it's not. So I use the silicone most of the time on my guitar. Now the Delamo is a fuzzy fuzz, man. So this is at, the level is at noon, volume. The tone is all the way off, and the fuzz is all the way down. And then you only have to move it about, I'd say, 1/8 of an inch, and then it cuts in. And this is the lowest you could get on it. That's the lowest part of the fuzz. If you bring it up a little bit, that's 10 o'clock. What's not to like? What's not to like about that? And I had thought about changing these pickups. Even the tuners that came on it, they're the original ones. It was a really good buy. Now, about Teddy, I'm going to talk about you, Teddy, down in Texas. He received like a honey glow one recently, and the bottom of his neck here was like shaved off, no poly, and the guitar looked like it had, been manhandled is the word I'm looking for. String through body, ferrules are beautiful, man, you know. So I told him when he was looking for a Telecaster recently, the Leo James was a good option, and he bought one, and he didn't get a good one. I couldn't be happier with everything on it, the finish, and how I can make it sound with my pedals, and even with the built-in pedals, the overdrive inside the Mustang 3 makes it sound really great. So this thing is very versatile in my opinion, and I just wanted to share that with you, because in my world, my opinion is king, and I'm hoping that some of you believe me. Anywho, this is my Leo James Telecaster. It's a beauty. Love it. And we're going to call it quits now. I tell you that I appreciate all your support, and I will catch you in the next one.